Dear students, now let us consider this cylinder piston system. There is some amount of gas is there and it is being heated by a burner. So this gas is a system and this is surrounding. Gas is at 30 degrees centigrade suppose and the hot reservoir is at 100 degrees centigrade. So there is change in temperature. Therefore, some amount of heat energy will be transferred from this hot reservoir to gas. And it means the system is absorbing heat energy. Since the system is absorbing the heat energy, according to sign convention, it will be positive. It will be positive. It will be positive. Absorbing the heat energy, the gas expands. That is called as thermal expansion. So it expands, and by expanding it pushes the piston by some distance. It means it is applying some force and pushing the piston through some distance. It means the gas did some work. The gas did some work. And again the work is done by the system. Therefore, the work done also taken as positive according to sign convention. So here a gas absorbing some amount of heat energy, it did some work. Now Q minus W gives us change in internal energy of the system. According to definition of the internal energy. And this is called first law of thermodynamics. This equation represents the first law of thermodynamics. Since Q is positive and W also positive, the difference delta U also will be positive. And delta U positive means there will be increase in internal energy of the system. If Q is the energy added to a system by transfer of heat and W is the energy given up by the system in performing work, then Q minus W represents by definition the internal energy change of the system. So the same thing is written here. Q minus W is equal to delta U, and that is UF minus UI. This is called first law of thermodynamics. In differential form, the same equation can also be expressed as delta U is equal to du is equal to dq minus dw. And a statement for this is given here. Every thermodynamic system in an equilibrium state possesses a state variable called internal energy, whose change du in a differential process is given by the equation dq minus dw. Or the same equation can also be written as dq is equal to du plus dw. It is simply the general law of conservation of energy. How it is a law of conservation of energy means you have given, say, suppose some 10 joules of heat energy. Out of the 10 joules of heat energy, 7 joules of heat energy is utilized to do some work, and the remaining energy will be utilized to increase its internal energy. So in this way, this is called as law of conservation of energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, but one form of energy is converted into another form of energy. So here the energy was in the form of heat, and here the energy is in the form of work, and partly it was converted to work, and partly it is converted into change in internal energy. Previously, we have seen zeroth law defines a useful thermodynamic variable called temperature. Similarly, first law defines a useful thermodynamic quantity called internal energy. Now, let us consider some applications of first law of thermodynamics. First, let us consider isobaric process. Isobaric process means what? A process in which pressure is maintained constant. So, for this isobaric process, which we can choose an example of 1 gram water boiling at 100 degrees centigrade. This, after absorbing 540 calories of heat energy, it becomes 1 gram water vapor at 100 degrees centigrade. We learned this in latent heat, and this heat absorbed is called as latent heat of vaporization, and this is represented by LV. And the process, the conversion of 1 gram of water, boiling water at 100 degrees centigrade to 1 gram of water vapor at the same temperature, this process, this is called as change of state. And this process is called a change, and this change of state took under a constant atmospheric pressure, and the atmospheric pressure is say 1 atmosphere or 1.013 into 10 power 5 pascals. See, this process took place under the constant atmospheric pressure. So what change you observe here? See, 1 gram of water, it occupies a volume of just 1 centimeter cube, and after becoming vapor, this occupies a volume of 1671 centimeter cube. So there is a increase in volume. There is increase in volume. So after absorbing the heat, its volume increased. So some work is done. Some work is done. So now you have identified two things. It has absorbed some amount of heat energy, and after absorbing the heat energy, it did some work. Let me write first the Q value. Q is equal to, that is heat absorbed. Since heat is absorbed by the system, now this is a system for us. This is a system for us. So heat is absorbed by the system. According to sign convention, this will be positive. The Q will be positive. Q will be positive. And you know that 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joules. We get double to 56 joules. So it has absorbed this much heat energy. Now work done. Work done is at constant pressure. So P into delta V. Work done is. Pressure is 1.013 into 10 power 5 pascals. And change in volume 1671 minus 1. This is in centimeter cube. Centi means 10 power minus 2. Cube means cube. So now we get work done. So 169.2 joules of work is done. Now Now let me write first law of thermodynamics. According to first law of thermodynamics, Q minus W is equal to change in internal energy. Okay, now let me tell whether, see, Q is positive. What about W, work done? See, work is done by the system, therefore this is also positive. Okay, now Q minus W. So Q is 2256. Work done is 169.2. So delta U is equal to. So using the first law of thermodynamics, we have calculated the change in internal energy of the system, and that is this much. And again, whether this is positive or negative, see, both are positive and the difference is also positive. If this is positive, means what is the meaning? There is increase in internal energy of the system. And one more thing, out of the energy, heat energy supplied, only small part is utilized to do work, and a large part is used to change its internal energy. Now, let us consider as a second example, second application of first law of thermodynamics, the adiabatic expansion. You know, adiabatic means there is no exchange of heat energy between system and surroundings. Heat energy neither comes from system to surroundings, nor it is allowed from surrounding to the system. Why means the walls of the cylinder are made of insulator. These are made of insulator. Since there is no exchange of heat energy, we write Q is equal to 0. Now let me write the first law of thermodynamics. Q minus W is equal to delta U. So this is 0. Now what we got, delta U is equal to minus W. Now we have to see here what is happening. You look at the figure. See, this gas is doing some work. It is pushing the piston to right hand side. Work is done by the system. Therefore the work done will be positive. Here the work done is positive. Okay, then minus into plus, minus. It means change in internal energy is minus. It means there will be decrease in internal energy of the system. There will be decrease in internal energy of the system. If a gas expands adiabatically, its internal energy decreases. If internal energy decreases, its temperature also decreases. So this process is used to achieve low temperatures. Adiabatic process is used to achieve low temperatures. Now let us consider adiabatic compression. See, some gas is taken in a cylinder and this is insulated. Adiabatic means there will be no exchange of heat energy, and now some amount of gas is taken, and now you are pushing the piston into the gas. Thereby its volume is decreased. That is why we say compression. So here the work is done on the system by you, therefore the work done is negative. Now according to first law of thermodynamics, Q minus W is equal to delta U. Now delta U is equal to Q0 minus W. W this time is negative. Minus of minus plus. So here we got positive values for change in internal energy. Change in internal energy now is positive. It means there will be increase in internal energy of the system. Under adiabatic compression, its internal energy increases. Under adiabatic compression, internal energy increases. If internal energy increases, temperature increases. Now, an example for the adiabatic compression is bicycle pump. See, you take bicycle pump and you will be moving the piston up and down, and you pump air into the tube of the cycle. So after some time you touch the wall of the cylinder and you can see it is very hot. The reason is this: there, by pressing the piston inward, the gas is undergoing adiabatic compression, and because of adiabatic compression, its internal energy increasing, therefore its temperature increasing. That's why the cylinder becomes heated. Now you can say, just now you told adiabatic, for the adiabatic process to take place, the wall of the cylinder must be insulated, but there the bicycle pump, its wall is made of metal. And then how an adiabatic process can take place there? But here, yes, that is made of metal. Even though it is made of metal, you are pumping the piston rapidly. Whether it is downward or upward, you are moving the piston rapidly so that heat energy is not allowed to escape out. So when a process occurs rapidly, that can be considered as adiabatic process only. And so this is second example. Now let us consider the isothermal process. Now as a third application, let us consider isothermal process. In isothermal process, exchange of heat energy is allowed between system and surroundings. The only condition is the temperature of the system must be constant. Since exchange of heat energy is allowed, now let us consider expansion, isothermal expansion. Now exchange of heat energy is allowed, therefore this gas absorbing the heat energy, it can expand. And for exchange of heat energy, the walls of the cylinder are made of conducting wall. It is a conducting wall. Now let me write first law of thermodynamics. In isothermal process, temperature is held constant. Suppose here the temperature is some 50 degrees centigrade. Here also the temperature is 50 degrees centigrade only. If the temperature is held constant, then internal energy also will be constant. And if the internal energy is constant, internal energy constant means what? There is no change in internal energy. Therefore, this is 0. Then you can write Q is equal to W. Q is equal to W. Now, here Q is the energy, heat energy supplied, and W is the work done by the system. It means whatever this Q is becoming equal to W. It means the all heat energy, whatever heat energy is supplied, suppose 10 joules of heat energy is supplied, the entire heat energy is utilized to do work. The entire heat energy is utilized to do work. Here the work is done by the gas, work is done by the system, therefore the work done is positive. And here the heat is absorbed by the system, therefore this is also positive, both are positive. It means absorbing the heat energy from the source, it is doing work. Absorbing the heat energy, absorbing a 10 joules of heat energy from the hot source, it is converting the entire heat energy into work. This is isothermal expansion. Now let us go to the isothermal compression. Now let us consider isothermal compression. See now here this is conducting walls and heat exchange of heat energy is allowed, so Q is allowed. Now here for isothermal compression we are pushing the piston into the cylinder. It means work is done on the system by us. So here work done is negative because we are doing work on the system. Okay, by pushing the piston in, the gas is compressed. The gas is compressed. Now what happens? Let us see. Since this is isothermal process, in isothermal process, temperature is held constant. If here 50 degrees centigrade means here also 50 degrees centigrade. Temperature is held constant means its internal energy also held constant. Internal energy is constant means there is no change in internal energy. Now Q is now W is equal to Q. W is equal to Q. Or you can write Q is equal to W. And here, since work is done on the system by us, this work is negative. This is negative. So this is negative means Q is becoming negative. Q is becoming negative means it will not absorb heat energy. It will reject heat energy to the surroundings. So heat energy is rejected to the surroundings. Heat energy is rejected to the surroundings. As a fourth application of first law of thermodynamics, let us consider free expansion. You can see in the diagram, see here there are two chambers. In the left side chamber gas is there, and in the right side chamber there is no gas, it means it is vacuum. And the two rooms are separated by a wall, just a small hole is there, and it is also kept closed by the stopcock here. And the same diagram here. When the stopcock is kept open, then the gas starts, the gas will be spreading into the right side chamber also, and it occupies the entire space. Previously its volume was just 1 liter. Now it has occupied both the chambers, so now its volume increased to 2 liters. That's why we say it as expansion, and this is called as free expansion. Here the walls of the chamber are made of insulated material, so that no heat exchange, there will be no heat exchange. So here insulated wall means there is no heat exchange. This is 0. This is 0. There is no heat and the walls of the chamber are rigid. Externally, no work can be done on the gas. You can neither compress the chamber nor enlarge the chamber because its walls are very rigid. So externally, no work can be done on the gas. So here W also 0. So we got delta U is equal to 0. Delta U means UF minus UI is equal to 0, or UF is equal to UI. Before free expansion and after free expansion, the internal energy of the system is remaining constant. There is no change in internal energy of the gas.